select her again. I'm going to right click and then tell her to make sugar beets
Right
there.
away.
So she's going to go ahead and start working on that. And then from there, I'm going to go back to production and I'm going to tell her to
Right away.
harvest sugar beets as well. So now the heart disappeared from my guy.
God bless.
Instead of chasing him around the map all the time, I'm just going to left click him and go to compliment somebody and left click her.
Let's go.
And he's going to follow her, find her wherever she's at, and he's going to go ahead and do that action on his own. And that leaves me free to do whatever I want to do. You see, whoever buys this is ultimately going to be in competition with me because, as you can see, if I go to construct building patron, these are all the buildings that we can build, and that's a farm. So it's not like a craftsman that's going to be focused on, carpentry and stuff like that can own a farm. This guy's directly competing with me, whoever ends up purchasing that, and that's going to lead to problems later. So, but we'll worry about that later as well. So I got Katrina selected here. She's harvesting. I left-click the croft, and then left-click production, or product, product and storeroom, production storeroom. And I can see she's working that. But I want to get wheat coming in as well. So with that being said, I want to go to improve building and then go to workspace and click that so I can have 2 people working for me instead of just 1. I also want to increase the storage amount and the storage slots because this is going to fill up really fast with product. Now that I can hire another person, you see I have an extra button here that says hire random unemployed person. I'm going to click that and I'm going to keep rejecting this until it gives me a patron. Because patrons will be naturally skilled in the patron class and responsibilities and jobs. So I don't want to hire a rogue to work my fields. That's just a waste. So I can hire Godfried for 240 coin, and he's level 1, and I got to pay him 100 coin per round. So I'm going to say yes. A round is 4 years, so you age 4 years every time. Alright, now that that's going, we can see that the public house is for sale. I'm going to go ahead and try to purchase that. I can buy the public house for $2,235. Yes, I want to do that, definitely.
You have bought a building.
Alright, so with me selected still, there's a cooldown timer. It says 0.25 hours. So basically just under 35, it's 25 minutes before I can use any of these again. Now it's 20. Those are actually seconds. So it's an hour per minute in game. So in 10 seconds I can go ahead and do, use another action on that person. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up important units. And this is the woman that I'm trying to court. And I'm going to try to embrace her.
If that's all it is.
So, and over here you got your tips. It's just letting you know important events and stuff like that. You can left click them to bring them up and then right click them to dismiss them, or you can just completely right click if you don't, you'll start to see the same tips over and over again. So now that I hired the second person, Godfried, I'm going to see if I can locate Godfried here. And he's standing right here. It's a pain to select. Alright, so with him selected, I'm going to tell him to sow crops. And this field here, let me see if I can right click it, and I want that to be a wheat field. So while this cools down, I'm going to left click my guy. Here's the croft, the farm that I own. And then here's my public house. So with my guy selected, I'm going to right click and I'm going to send him to my public house. Alright, Godfried's working the field here. I'm going to go to production and storeroom, and I'm going to tell him to harvest that wheat as well. Alright, now with me in here, we can change production. So here's what I have in the storage room. I have wheat, beets, 2 alcohol, and that's pretty much it. So this woman is making wheat beers, and she just completed making some. I'm going to go ahead and put myself to turn the rest of these sugar beets into alcohol. So for every one sugar beet, I get 4 bottles of alcohol. So I'm going to go ahead and tell myself to do that by left clicking and then left clicking my task. And my guy's doing that. And here we're going to, they're harvesting the fields, my workers are. So I have some beets built up. So I'm going to double left click them to select them all. And then I'm going to left click to drop them into my cart. Now you can see the cart, every building has a cart associated with it. So with my cart selected, well, he's bringing wheat now, so I might wait just 1 second. Yeah, he just dropped off 8 wheat. So I'm going to double left click the 12 beets, put them back, double left click the 8 wheat, and put them here. Now with my cart selected, I'm going to left click dispatch and unload vehicle, and then I'm going to left click public house, and then I'm going to left click unload and return. And then I'm just going to left click anywhere to deselect my cart so I don't accidentally send it somewhere else. Now that's a lot easier than me, selecting my cart, clicking this, dragging all the way over, manually clicking here. I can do it all from this menu here. So with my public house selected, I'm going to go to production and storeroom. And I can see that I don't have any beets to make any more alcohol. So there's no point in me sitting there doing that. So I'm going to left click the guy doing alcohol, which happens to be me, and you can see it's one person there by my mouse. That indicates one person, and I'm going to left click and put him on wheat beers as well. Now you see that there's 2 people making the wheat beers. So for every 1 wheat and 1 alcohol, I get 6 wheat beers. So I'm going to double click those wheat beers that we just finished, and I'm going to put them down in my sales stock to be sold. And this is the basic gameplay. So my cooldown meter's done. I'm going to go ahead and beguile, left click important units, and Miranda. And you can see the coin just popped up, 24 or whatever. That's how much I'm selling this stuff for. So I had 6 in here. I just sold 1. I made a little bit of coin from it. I just sold, there you go. You can see it happening in real time. I'm down to 2 now. So I'm already making some money off this business. And let me check my farm. Production and storeroom. We're filling up pretty nicely here. So
this plague of rats has me at my wit's end.
Let's see. He wasn't able to beguile her. So let's see what's...
This plague of rats has me at my wit's end.
So I'm trying to follow him to see if I can... If there's like a problem. Because if she's sleeping or something, then he won't be able to interact with her. There we go.
Seldom have I had a more pleasant conversation. Thank you.
She liked it. And now I can, with my guy selected,
Yes.
I can right click the public house, or I can select the public house and just go ahead and click my guy and put me straight back on making wheat beers. Now as you can see with my public house selected that my beets and wheat went up because my cart made it there and dropped off the load, and my cart's already back. So with my cart back, I'm gonna select production storeroom, put these 16 wheat here, and put the rest of the beets here. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna select that cart, tell it to go here, unload and return, because you can unload and return, or you can send only.
I hope I don't get wrong.
So if you're expecting a big load, you can just send it there and have it waiting there, so you don't have to wait, because those carts are notoriously slow. Alright. As you work, you will earn
This
experience.
plague of rats has me at
So
my
with my
wit's
guy
end.
selected, I can click Dynasty down here, And I can see I built up 692 experience. The first thing I want to do is invest a little bit of that into